Hey everybody, this is Alchemisted, and this is episode 2 of Star Trek Online Rise of the Red Shirt. And we are going to be covering the episode Stranded in Space. Let's go ahead and visit the bridge so we can take that mission. This is the first real sort of mission you get in the game after the tutorial. You get assigned to defend the Sirius sector block, and eventually you get a mission to go talk to Malcolm Sissel, who's in the shipyard at Earth Space Dock, who will tell you about a distress signal that he received from the SS Azura, a Federation freighter that has fallen on some hard luck somewhere near the Sol system. So this is the first time the game sort of shows you what it's about, outside of the tutorial. Now, before, this mission tended to not really show you that well. It tended to just be a sort of straight-up mission with just like a little bit of ship combat, mostly ground combat. But it has since been remastered. This is something that some of the, I believe, Gozer, perhaps, is one of the people behind this. I'm not sure. Who are remastering episodes, remaking them, sort of sprucing them up, adding more plot to them, expanding on the gameplay a little bit on them, and making the presentation of the episodes and of the story that episode tells much sharper and tighter. And ever since then, it is a bit of a better example of what they were probably intending it to be. Basically the way it was supposed to have been from the start. And Pran is still not doing work. What a surprise. So, it's not the best. I'm not going to say it's the best mission in the game. That's probably going to go to Doomsday, which is going to be, the remastered version of which is going to be here tomorrow, and I'm really excited to get to that. They are also going to be adding a reward to this mission in the form of a summonable version of the freighter captain you're going to meet in Stranded in Space, who will act as a mobile inventory for you. You can use you summon her from sector space. You can use her as a bank, as a mobile exchange, etc. Which is great, except that it only works once every 4 hours, which is bullshit. I appreciate the thought, but why go to all that trouble if you're rarely, if ever, going to be able to use it in any, if you're going to have to be spending most of your time putting your way to a starbase to do this stuff anyways, why even bother? If you're gonna have her summonable once every 30 minutes. I mean, once every 30 minutes wouldn't be that bad, and it would probably fix a ton of the hub lag that goes on because everybody has to go to a starbase to do these things. And while I'm on this subject, I'm going to be on this subject for a little bit, but I'll come back. I'll take the mission in a second. If you're going to be giving us a place, why not just add some ship functionality? This is my ship. Surely it has cargo bays where I can carry this stuff. I mean, even if I could only just dump items in this thing that's sitting in my ready room. I already take missions in here, so. Okay, I'm off my soapbox. I just thought that was really. I just think that's a really weak reward. That was a really weak way to implement it. I'm hoping it gets tweaked. I'm sure it'll get fixed when people complain about it. It's like, what's the point? Why not just make it? This is useless. We have to go to the starbase anyways. I'm sure people are going to complain about it, and I'm sure it'll get the time limit will be adjusted, to be more useful, because once every 4 hours, I'm never going to even think of using that. I would basically just use the quantum slipstream thing, just use the quantum slipstream stuff to and the transwarp stuff to get to a starbase to do that stuff, because I'm never going to think of that. Once every 4 hours isn't even worth a spot on my action bar. Not even. Or power bar, whichever you call it. I come from PSO. We called it action bar, or at least I think we did. Those days were long past. So let's go ahead and get started with Stranded in Space. And this is actually my second time recording this. You're going to notice. Because last time I recorded it, the worst happened, and Fraps would not record any sound. There was nothing. It was silent. I was really bummed out, because I really wanted to just render it off while I slept, you know? I just wanted to have it done, so that I could take full advantage this weekend of the double XP weekend that they're having. Again, they had this a couple weeks back, and I didn't really get to take full advantage of it because I was busy with all kinds of stuff, but now I will be able to, and I want to get this over with, so let's go ahead. Okay, I've already completed this mission. Rewards will not be reduced because whatever. And again, it'll be available as a 4th reward for this. Right now there's only 3, and all 3 of these guys suck. Let's see. Vice Admiral, I've received a report that there is a Bolian freighter that is overdue arriving at Earth space dock. It may need assistance. It may at that. So I'm going to show you another reason why being able to summon Captain Brott, as she is named, is going to be useless. And we're going to have to return to sector space for that. And I think I will have to do that from K7, yeah, because it's just going to drop me in here. Come on, come on, come on. Beam up to the ship, Captain. I think I'm going to go back to the standard combat. I think because I've already decided not to get the All Good Things uniform right now, because it really, you can't customize the look of your crew anyway, so you can't make them match you, and it's just a pet peeve. The uniform should be uniform, goddammit, so. I mean, I'm not going to wear the standard uniform, even though I like it. I do jump into it occasionally, but I tend to use the other 2409. The other circa 2409 options are fine with me. So, but once I get the Jupiter fucking uniforms, you know that most of my crew is going to be rocking that shit. Okay, so here's another reason why the Captain Brott thing is useless, is because I sucked it up and I did Infected. Infected is a special task force, and I've gone on record previously in saying fuck the special task forces. Fuck them, they suck. But I did Infected just to get this, the assimilated sub-transwarp engines, which increase your sector space speed to warp 14. To put that in perspective, my maximum sector space speed with the normal Aegis engines is 9.97. So this makes you go really fast. I was kind of unprepared for how fast you go when you equip this on you. I kind of flew out of control in Gamma Royanis for a moment. I believe my exact words were from 0 to crap your pants in about 0 seconds. I was not used to traveling that fast in sector space outside of quantum slipstream. But that's what they are, is that they're just kind of like the micro slipstream thingamajig. Yeah, that sounds right. And they add a bunch of Borg components. They're useless outside of that. They make my ship turn worse than it already does, because the Aegis engines give you a boost to combat maneuvers and such. So I don't use them in combat at all. I literally just played Infected for this, and I have the astrometrics on just to help me get around so I don't spend all kinds of time getting lost, because it's very easy to do when all you see is this. There's nothing. So I enable astrometrics, and now I can see where the fuck I'm going. Yeah, usually I like to travel without astrometrics on, just because it feels more like space. But for the interest of these recordings, I'm going to leave... I mean... Yeah, that's right. I don't know anymore. I'm tired. Blah. What was I saying? But yeah, you can tell is I just got into the Sirius sector block, and I'm already almost halfway through it. That's how fast these things go. It's literally no trouble at all anymore to get to a starbase, so I am not sure what Captain Brott, how useful Brott is going to be. Although, now that I'm talking about that, while I'm on that subject, you don't have a chance to get these things, nor do you have a chance to get a quantum slipstream down here until you are a Vice Admiral. Until that point, sector travel is pretty much unbearable. The best you can hope to do is to use the various transwarp shortcuts that try and shorten your trip a little bit. And most of those require you to grind diplomatic missions, which is both boring as fucking tedious and just... Oh, God. I was so glad when I got the highest diplomatic rank. I believe it's ambassador. I was so glad when I got that. I was like, oh God, I don't have to do them anymore. Thank God. It took forever. It's not fun to grind the diplomatic missions. But that's until you can get these the assimilated subtranswarp engines or quantum slipstream, sector travel is kind of unbearable. It takes forever. It's like in the time between leaving K7 and arriving here, I probably would have had time to cook myself a meal. You know? Nothing fancy, but I would have had time to nuke myself something to eat and come back. That's too long. Here's another pet peeve. Those of you just joining us, this is kind of what I do. I bitch about things. Another pet peeve is I have to keep switching out these engines, and I keep having to manually disable the effects because I don't really like them. Kind of wish I would remember that, but it's a small gripe. A lot of the things I bitch about are small gripes. They tend to just be pet peeves or something that's annoyed me over the course of playing the game. Not really serious complaints at all. If it's a serious fucking complaint, I'll let you know. Let's go rescue the SS Azura. And like I said, I am now in my zone. Damn it, Jesus, this takes forever. I am now in my Vice Admiral, and I'm in my lovely Galaxy class starship, which I will be in until something better comes along. I don't know how long I'll be in it because they're working on adding ships to the game, but those probably won't be added for a long time. So for the foreseeable future, I'm in a Galaxy class. 20 ships in range. This is Captain Brott of the transport SS Azura. Please help. We're being pursued by Orion raiders. Crew injured. Taking heavy fire. Dropping out of warp near coordinates. Need immediate evacuation and assistance. Please help us. Move my cursor. There is the Azura, and as you can see, shit is going down. Nice little cutscene setting up enemy encounters. Sir, our sensors are picking up several light attack craft on an intercept course. We will need to deal with them before we can render aid to the Azura. No, you don't. No, you don't. If you could just decide to fly through this donut, and I will do it even though I won't get the accolade for it now, because I did it last time and Fraps didn't record the fucking sound. But if you fly through this donut, you will get an accolade called Mining Survey, and you can bypass those two ships and render aid to the Azura immediately. I was a little bit slow on the draw on that Tricobalt, but it's not like I need it. You're not going to see me using many combat-oriented abilities, simply because they're not going to be needed. Most of these ships that you're going to be seeing in the later missions will not adjust to my level and will in fact die fairly quickly. This isn't a playthrough of Star Trek Online's difficulty, it's a playthrough of Star Trek Online's plot. So that doesn't really matter to me. Remastered missions like this one, though, do have the enemies scaling to my level, but they're still kind of screwed anyways. And I could scan that, and I know somebody's going to say, why didn't you scan that? But, again, I have so much. I have hundreds of shit. I have hundreds of sensor data samples, so it doesn't really matter to me. If I want to get tons of sensor data samples, I'll just take the Delta Flyer crafting mission, and that'll get me all the samples I could ever want. So I don't really feel obligated to scan that. And you, sir, are so screwed. No chance. Bye-bye.